Let's style this heading first by making it bold and giving it a larger font size. The font utility classes can be used to set the font weight, as you can see in these auto suggestions. When you move your arrows down and up, you can see the exact CSS rule applied on the left here. Sometimes you might see variables, it might not be very helpful, but otherwise you can make out what exactly is the CSS rule applied. So that'll help you decide which utility class to use. You can see these auto suggestions because of the VS Code extension Tailwind CSS IntelliSense that is already installed in this code space. Alright, so to make our font bold, let's use the class font bold. And next, the text utilities give us some text sizing classes. As you can see, these class names are very readable. We have text 2XL, 3XL, 4XL and so on up to text 9XL. And that's not it. We have text XS for very small text, and then text SM, text base, which is the normal font size. And then there is text LG and XL as well, apart from all the classes that you see here. To see all the available font size utilities, you can go to the Tailwind CSS documentation, search for font size, and here you can see the complete list with all the CSS rules on the right. So for our heading, we can try something like text 4XL, which is 2.52 rem or 36 pixels. Text 4XL. Let's see. Refresh. That looks good. Now here's our tagline. Let's set a font weight of medium to this by using the class name font medium. And let's have a slightly larger text by using text LG class. Alright, let me refresh. Okay, this doesn't look all that good yet because we don't have any colors and there are no margins. We'll get to that. And for this paragraph, let's try a smaller font like text SM. P class, text SM. And for these words within the code tags, let's give it a font bold. So code class equals font bold, and you can add this class for every single code tag. Now you might be thinking, is this a good idea to repeat the class for each tag because the classes are similar? If you really wish to extract these and add these common rules in a CSS page, you can do that. I'll show you how in a later chapter. But that's not the best practice. Adding them right here next to the markup is the whole point of Tailwind CSS. This is where a lot of people begin to think that Tailwind isn't maintainable, but it actually really is. You can always make use of find and replace to make code changes. And for our case right now, if you like to add the same class to all the code tags, you can use the multi-cursor functionality available in VS Code. So select code tag, use Command D keys on your keyboard to select all occurrences of code tags, and then you can add the class to all those tags simultaneously. So you can say font bold and add any other class if required. It might take a while, but you will get used to styling in this way. And also seeing these many class names in a file might be a little difficult for a while, but trust me, you will get used to that. Now let's also add some more line spacing to this paragraph. For that, you can use the utility class leading. And like you can see in the auto suggestions, these have some numbers. You can use any number for leading, or if you prefer words, there are also words like loose, relaxed, normal, tight, and snug, and so on. You can look at the entire list in the documentation once again. So here, let's try adding leading relaxed class and refresh the page. You might notice that there's a slight difference in the line height right now. And if you like to add a line height to the heading, since it already has a text size utility class, you can append the line height right here by using a slash and giving it a word like tight, snug, normal, or you can even add a number here if you'd like to do that. Like let's say let's add 8 and see what happens. Refresh. That became a little smaller, so probably let's add 12. Refresh. So yeah, this looks good. So this will save you from adding another additional class like leading. So whenever you have a font size, you can append the line height right next to it. Lastly, let's add an underline to this link by simply using the class name underline. Alright, so you notice there are some classes like underline offset. This will add some gap between the underline and the text. So let's use an underline offset 4. Refresh. Now this looks much neater, right? Great. Our text is already looking a lot better and a lot readable. Only thing is it's sticking to the edges of the page. So let's add a padding to the section using the class P8. We'll learn about the padding classes in a while. For now, let's simply add this, and now this page is already looking great. I hope you're liking it so far.